Our weary characters of old mythology are back to their meddling ways, playing in each other's love lives as though it was sandcastles at preschool. Our fabled Zeus, that feisty heartthrob, has infiltrated Semele's heart. Too bad Hera has something to say about their great love. Semele's jealous foe disguises herself to bear some tragic news to our dear Semele.
Come, dearie. Who is that who has taken your hand and you say goodbye?
Well, none other than the great Zeus, of course.
Oh, silly miss. That is not the god almost mortal, and you are afraid of food.
How do you mean I am certain?
Certain? How can you be so sure where is the thunderbolt? The body is distant anger.
I really must be leaving. Good day.
Oh dear Semele, you gullible minx. Her trouble of this hearsay takes hold, and she dares question the great Zeus.
Are you tricking me? You're an absolute monster imposter. You're not Zeus, you're just some common guy claiming to be him. Where's the thunderbolt, huh? Almighty smiter?
NANI?! This really sucks because I really liked you. Now you question me.
Oh no, I was just kidding. It's just wife and husband banter, just a joke.
Oh, yes, of course, that's what I thought. That's what I assumed. Yeah. Oops. Oh well.
As Zeus scorched his wife, their unborn child called Dionysus was born. Reluctantly, Zeus nurtured the boy in his side like a kangaroo. When he was born and properly nurtured, Hera, the absolute awful, which snatched the poor kid, cut him into pieces and boiled him. But luckily, Rhea was able to put him back together like it was Lego. The youthful Dionysus went to the northern mountains in Greece, where grapevines were abundant. Dionysus would grab them and squeeze the juice into his mouth. He would press the grapes and leave the juices in containers for months, where they would stand and get better with age. Dionysus discovered wine, thus the god of wine. Dionysus had some rambunctious buddies in the mountains who really enjoyed his invention. These grotesque, devilish-looking creatures called satyrs would inevitably get into all kinds of trouble. One of the satyrs, Silenus, an older, fatter, even drunker satyr, usually rode a donkey because he was too tipsy to walk.
Yeehaw!
This fat bastard was too inebriated and stumbled into King Midas's rose garden. When one of the servants found him in the flower beds the following morning, these once beautiful gardens were damaged. It caused for great hilarity among the servants.
Look at you!
They ushered him to Midas, who treated Silenus to a round of gaiety for 10 days, where they partied and had a grand old time. This is unimportant until Midas sent Silenus to Dionysus. That's where things tend to get a bit more interesting.
I'm saying for the Welcome back, my fair Silenus. What can I grant this king for his hospitality?
Well, I was wondering, it's okay if you can't, but I was wondering I think it'd be pretty cool if everything I touch turned to gold. Could you do that for me? I think that'd be pretty sick.
Not very well thought, this idea of yours.
No, it's not. I'm actually a pretty bad decision maker, as it turns out, and I'm pretty hungover as it is, so my decision making isn't really good. So,
Well, in that case, your wish is my command. Everything you touch it will now turn to gold.
so is it on now? If I touch things, they'll turn to gold and stuff.
Well, just test it out. Test it out.
Midas then frolicked around for 10 minutes, touching tree branches, stones, and even his dog. What a complete goof. He murdered his own dog. Wow. He then celebrated with a meal, and wouldn't you know it, he couldn't eat it because it had all turned to gold. Almost like no one saw that one coming.
Oh, Dionysus, can I please stop touching everything and having it turn into gold? It's getting pretty annoying because I can't eat. It's gold, okay? Could you, undo my powers, kind of?
See that river over there?
I'm gonna pretend that I do.
Well, go wash your hands in it, and it should all be gone.
Ah, it's just that?
Go cleanse yourself, you mortal fool.
Midas then cleansed himself in the river and was given a second chance by the merciful Dionysus. The women who followed the great Dionysus were called Maenads, or in English, wild women. They were utterly taken a hold of by the fermented grapes. These drunks would rip body parts off of animals and eat the raw flesh. Savage. They carried smoking pine torches or staffs, tipped with pine cones and wreathed in ivy. By striking the earth with these stabs, they could cause wine to spring forth in a fountain. By hurling them like spears, they frightened men away. They were a violent bunch. In short, Orpheus, a talented musician, had a wife, Eurydice, who was bitten in the ankle by a snake.
My ankle.
How tragic. Anyways, she died in agony. Orpheus intended on saving his wife, and he needed to go to the underworld, which was ruled by Hades. To get there, he had to travel to Mount Taenarium and enter a cave. When he made it to the cave's mouth, he descended great depths and made it to Tartarus, where the river Styx lied. Only the deceased could pass through this stream. He put Chiron under a spell with his lyre and passed through. Orpheus' second challenge was the dog Cerberus. That three-headed dog was hungry and thirsty for blood, but his music soothed the dog to sleep. Orpheus had entered the underworld. Hades was now in presence with the Pale Queen. Orpheus added golden words to his sound with the lyre.
My wife Eurydice, like all who lack immortality of the gods, would someday have come to your realm, dread Hades. I am too destined at some time to submit and be breedable to you. Like all I ask, that you allow her to return to the green earth, as that she might live out her allotted span of years.
Continue your sweet tones and go back where you came. Eurydice will follow you, for those sweet melodies are enough to draw her away. Until you are on earth again, do not dare look behind you.
Orpheus, filled with hope, turned back and made his venture past the dog, past Chiron, in his sleep past the river Styx, and up the pitch black. He finally made it to the mouth of the cave, but his doubts were racing through his mind. He glanced back too early, but alas, she was indeed behind. Following his music, he raced back and grasped at her fading image like the Thanos snap Eurydice was fading. But she got out one word.